post. They're off in the Rico Woodbine Miles. Approval.
It's Sunday, September the 15th, Woodbine Mile Day. Came out to Gulfstream today, but the weather was overcast and rainy here at Gulfstream. It was pouring at Arlington. That caused me to lose 5 races for my selection sheet that were on the turf. I had a scratch at Calder and I had a scratch at Churchill Downs, leaving me with only 24 bets on the day. I ran second and third on multiple occasions, but here are my winners, and I had 8 of them today. The first one came in the second at Monmouth. I like number 7, Box Office. Dropping in class, should be a red flag, but the fact that Paco Lopez took them out, I took that as a positive sign that they didn't mind if he got claimed, and they take the purse as well. As they turn for home, looked like he was going to go right on by.
The stretch. And it is Delirious Tide. Now Box Office kicks it in, and Cattail Creek comes up the fence at Tahoe back to 4th. Cattail Creek up the rail. Box Office on the outside. These two head-to-head. Cattail Creek, Box Office. Box Office getting to the front lead. And Box Office had to work, but will win it 2-5 over Cattail Creek.
Oh, and he did. Doubled the bet on that one. Got back almost $15. My second win came in the second race at Arlington. Number 3, Balega was my selection. Dropped from a $25,000 maiden claimer to a $12,500 maiden claimer after showing the way for 7 furlongs and weakening late. Today just looked to be loose on the lead, controlling speed. As she turned for home, she was under a hand ride.
72 fan wide, hug and make up, magical disguise up a place or 2. Wide Marigold last into the stretch. 3/4, 1 minute 16 and 2/5 seconds. A furlong left, and it's Balega. Balega in charge. Magical disguise gains second from Ballistic Tim. 72 is in 4th. It's Balega, and Balega close to the finish, and easy does it for Balega under Manuel Esquivel. Balega, wire to wire.
Oh yeah, second winner of the day, got back nearly $20. About 15 minutes later, I scored in the 5th at Churchill Downs. We're going 7 furlongs and another maiden claimer. I like number 7, Steffi. Looked like a mad scramble in terms of the contenders. However, this one was dropping out of maiden special weight company and was lightly raced. Her only try here was for a $50,000 tag, and she only missed by a length and a half. I thought she looked much the best. She went off at a generous 5-2.
It's Justice Judy, and she goes on by a length. Steffi towards the outside now, tries to close in second. In third, Grand Dame has got the white blinkers, and then down the outside, Cotton Alley. Inside the furlong and a half, and it's Steffi who goes on to Justice Judy on the inside in second. Continuing to come on, Grand Dame in third, racing down towards the final 16th, and it is Steffi and Corey Lannery out in front, and racing up towards the line. Game, set, and match for Steffi.
And I got back nearly $20 on my third win. My fourth win was right back under the Twin Sparrows of Churchill Downs. It was another maiden special weight. This was on the turf. My selection was number 9, Marine Patrol. He'd done something none of the other runners had done, and that is cross the wire first. That was in his debut, going 2 turns on the turf at Arlington, but he got disqualified that day. Came back going 9 furlongs at Saratoga and just ran poorly. But today, with the drop in class, I thought that he would be much better. But as they turned for home, he was dead last, and then...
Dockall towards the inside, around the outside. Mr. Blackthorn, and Mr. Blackthorn now gets the lead over the Dockall racing in second. Bold Shot is in third. Indy Ormson, and down the wide outside, Marine Patrol. She's charging down the outside now, inside the final furlong, and just out in front now, Marine Patrol. A sweat by them all for Sean Bridgman, and clearing away, Marine Patrol to win.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Almost $25 on that one. I picked up my first stakes winner of the day in the 7th at Belmont, the John Hettinger. Number 8, Effie Trinket, had been entered in the Grade 1 Garden City on Saturday, but scratched out of this. I thought she looked to be much the best. I thought she'd go to the front, but instead she stalked a very slow pace. As they turned for home, it was a dash to the wire.
Hold on her shaking. Ladies, Lunar Luck. Effie Trinket on the far outside. Lost stand your chance down toward the rail. Inevitable Romane is looking for a way through, now takes to the far outside. Into the final furlong here. Arbor Mist, hold out a shaken now, grabs a short lead. Effie Trinket fighting on as they come down to the finish. Inimitable Romane and Go Unbridled on the far outside. Effie Trinket comes away with the narrow lead as they come down to the line and got it. Effie Trinket by a neck.
Effie Trinket Surges late in the John Hettinger. My first stakes win on the day. Pays $9.40. Get back almost $50. Woo-hoo! Oh, was close. She went off at a healthy 7-2. Paid $9.40. I got back nearly $50. My next win was in my co-best bet of the day. We were at Woodbine, where all the stakes races were. My first two Woodbine stakes races, I had run second with Winning Cause in the Grade 3 Ontario Derby, and I had led fourth. I was fourth at 4-1 with Latia in the Grade 2 Canadian after leading most of the way. This was the Grade 1 Northern Dancer going 1.5 miles on the turf. I thought Forte de Marme just looked tough as nails. I posted 2 Vokey videos online to analyze the races. Here are my final comments on Forte de Marme.
And Forte de Marme has run faster than that. He has run his career best races over this course, all in graded company. 5 of the 6 who line up to face him to big have chased him home previously. He looks to be a very short-priced winner.
He looked to be well in hand, turning for home, and then the rider had to ask.
Sept is being scrubbed on, and Hampstead Heath, it's Stormy Lynn as they turn for home in the Northern Dancer, and Forte de Marme is set down by Eurico Rosa da Silva, and they're inside the quarter pole. Forte de Marme comes on in the center, Stormy Lynn, Perfect Timbers in there with a big shot, Hampstead Heath is on the far outside, Forte de Marme fully extended on the outside, Perfect Timber to the inside is Stormy Lynn, Hampstead Heath is trying to close, Forte de Marme, all hard, Perfect Timber to the outside, Forte de Marme gets it out to win the Northern
Grade 1 Northern Dancer at Woodbine, my co-best bet, Forte de Marme, surges to win, $30 to win. Woo, it's nice. Oh yeah, the $30 win bet got me back nearly $60. I scored my 7th win of the day in the Ashley T. Cole Stakes, the second of the co-features at Belmont. Again, we were on the turf. My pick was number 1, Carafa. Dave Lifton had written in the Daily Racing Forum, what was she doing on the lead last time? And I had to agree, her best races were from off the pace. But as I looked through the past performances, there wasn't a single runner, none, who wanted the lead. Javier Castellano was taking over today. Looked to me like a rider's race. I thought he'd put her on the lead. He did. As it turned for home, she was in front.
Fisherman Hangover Killer last at the back, at the top of the stretch. And it is Carafa digging down deep. Carafa is a stubborn rival today. Hear the footsteps, full out but still second. And then it's Blue Bash Compliance Officer, Idle American, and Majestic Raffy. They're coming down to the finish. The determined Carafa still there. Blue Bash coming with a final run on the outside. Carafa holding up.
Carafa wires the Ashley T. Cole, completes my sweep of the Belmont features. Oh, they said it was a photo finish, but I knew I'd won. Another nice price, paid $5.40. I got back nearly $30. My final bet of the day was my best bet of the day, and it was at Woodbine in the Grade 1 Woodbine Mile. Here's my Vokey analysis.
It would seem very unlikely that any of today's rivals can get in his way here. Here's today's bet of the day.
Oh yeah, Wise Dan. Odds on. I thought it was awesome that he went up to 1-5. He was tracking the leaders going into the far stretch, and then John Velasquez let him go.
By dimension through a half mile in 45 2/5, and watching them go at it is Wise Dan, who's just a length and 3/4 off the lead. Za Approval's in 4th position, then Trade Storm riding the river as they arrive at the top of the stretch in the Rico Woodbine Mile, and Johnny Velasquez gives the green light to Wise Dan, and his response is instantaneous, and Wise Dan has taken the lead, and they come to the final furlong. Za Approval in a full-out drive in second. Johnny hasn't moved on Wise Dan. Wise Dan, here he is, the titan of the turf, the sensational Wise Dan. Za Approval was second, Trade Storm third, and Riding the River was 4th.
Oh, a course record under a handride. Man, that guy is good. 100 to win, topped off an 8-win day, and a profit for the day. Awesome. We'll be back out at the races next weekend. Look for some more winners.